I'd like to welcome you guys to another episode of Sketchtime with Haro. Today I'm going to be going over one of my first sketchbooks. As you can see, it's very old. A lot of this artwork is old. This is one of my first characters. My second character, they were part of Bug Life, but that's since been taken by Disney. These are just some sketches for a group of characters, students who had these superpowers. And you'll see them again later on. Spade, one of the versions of Spade from the show comic. One of the cool things about having notebooks, sketchbooks this old, is that you get to see all the ways you've grown throughout your artistic life. In my case, I think I've grown considerably. And sometimes I used to leave pages that were blank. So right now I've been sprinkling in some new drawings. So you'll see some of the new style in there too. But for the most part, it's very important, I think, for you to keep a sketchbook or a series of them for practice, for taking down notes. It's more like an artistic journal, if you may. You can take notes, you can write down stuff, you can draw stuff, you can sketch stuff. It doesn't have to be a finished drawing, as you can see in most of these pages. But sometimes if you do want to finish it, go for it. Because we have the digital arena now, we can easily transport a lot of these things and create them better or just do a better job of them. But it's nice to have the original stuff. When the first idea came to you, it's nice to jot that down. So as you can see, there are some missing pages. Well, not missing, but blank pages. Some new drawings. Some old drawings. I like to switch it up sometimes. I really was into the manga style back in the day. I'm not sure exactly where I picked it up from, but it was something that I was really into, and I just went with it. I really enjoy looking through these. A lot of the times I'll go through one of these notebooks and pick up an old drawing and see how I would draw them now. And as for instance, this particular one right there, I redrew these guys. And for me, I thought I did a better job. I don't know what you guys think. Same here. I redrew this kid, turned him into a girl. And I was really into the 90s, sketchy, a lot of cross-hatching. And so I see that now, and I know I veered off from that big time now. I think now my style is more simple than it used to be. As you can see, those were fairly the same pose. I really enjoy looking through this, and I hope you do. And I hope that as you're watching this particular sketchbook, which I call it my number one because it's the earliest one I found. I think I had more before this, but this is the earliest thing that I can get my hands on. At least that's in my library. But I hope as you're watching this, you think to yourself, maybe I should create one for myself. I have one. Again, I'm going to have a series of these, starting off with my number one here with all these old sketches that I particularly use a lot of these sketches to create new characters into the show comic or the ghost comic. But these sketchbooks are mainly for practice, for jotting down ideas, and for loosening up before I start a big project or a commission. I think it's very important, just like if you were playing a sport and your muscles need to warm up a little. I think it's very important to have some kind of way where you can warm up your artistic muscles, whether it be a mental thing or just loosening out your hand. So these particular sketchbooks, or having a sketchbook, it doesn't have to be an actual sketchbook. It could be a notebook, maybe with some rules on it. I prefer sketchbooks without lines on them, but I mean, if that's all you have access to, that's fine too, as long as it's something that you can loosen your creative muscles with. Just jot down ideas, jot down inspirations, You can even start writing. I mean, everybody has their own method. My method is I just start scribbling stuff. And you can just call it that, scribbles. This particular notebook, I think I went, well, I don't think, I know, I went back in it because one of the things I was very annoyed at what I was looking through this was I left a lot of blank pages. And it has become my pet peeve not to leave any spaces. I don't know why I think I'm getting the most out of the sketchbook. It's just my thing. You don't have to do anything like this. It's just me. But for me, looking back at these old sketchbooks and seeing unfinished drawings, seeing things that halfway done. If you guys enjoyed this book, please subscribe so you can get alerted when the next one pops up. Thank you again for watching.